My name is Amy, and I'm a 34-year-old art conservator. I live on an island called Garrick's 8, which is located in southwest London in the middle of the River Thames. The island is home to 22 houses and is named after the 18th century actor David Garrick. 8 years ago, I made an impulsive decision to move to the island after being priced out of the rental market in nearby Kingston upon Thames. The reason this was such a crazy decision is because the island has no land access and can only be reached by boat. I live with my 2 cats, Rambo and Anakin, as well as my dog Lemon. You may think that island life is all sunsets, kayaking and cocktails, but the realities of dealing with Mother Nature, temperamental boat engines and the local wildlife always keeps you on your toes. Join me on this adventure as I renovate my house and garden, learn more than I ever thought there was to know about boating life on the Thames, and jump feet first into all the new experiences coming my way. Welcome to my island life. So I am on the park side, so there's the house. I'm on the park side. I came over to walk the dog and I've now got in the boat to come home. And I think the battery's flat. No, it's completely dead. Not helpful. It's okay, I'll be a bank against spray. Amazing. Okay, so I'm home after an emergency rescue. The boat battery went flat. I'd sort of been wondering if that was going to happen. I should have been a bit more proactive and taken the boat for a long run to recharge the battery. The problem is that because I usually just do short runs, you know, to the other side and back, and if you use the bilge pump, which takes electricity to get the water out, then you're constantly using up the battery and you're not really giving it a chance to charge up again. So I guess luckily it happened when I wasn't too far from the house and when it wasn't pouring down with the rain, when these things usually do happen. But first thing is not to panic. So I put a message out on the island WhatsApp group to say, help, is anybody around for a rescue? I've got a dead battery. And I gave that a few minutes and I was just waiting to see if anyone responded, and then luckily one of my neighbours, Simon, came over because he was actually dropping his daughter off for school run, and so he was able to actually tow me and Lemon back to the house. And so now I need to recharge the battery. So luckily I know that some of my neighbours who are actually away at the moment have a battery charger, and I know that it's in their shed and that I can access it. So I just whipped around there, got their battery charger. I've just plugged in an extension lead from the power socket at the house down to the boat, and I'm going to plug it in and then plug it onto the battery, and hopefully if I leave it for a few hours it will come back to life, and then it's probably a sign that I just need to go for a long boat ride, maybe to a pub. Oh well. So here's my setup. We've got the extension cable that goes up to the house, down to the boat, and then plugged into that battery charger with the 2 leads plugged into the battery. And I can just about see that the orange light is glowing, which says it is charging. So hopefully in a couple of hours we will have life. It's probably also worth noting that if your boat doesn't start, it's usually one of 2 things: the battery or you've run out of petrol. The first thing I did before I jumped to battery conclusion was check petrol. It was low. I always try and carry a spare jerry can of petrol on the boat at all times, because you know that you're going to run out of petrol at the worst possible time, usually when the current is really strong, and that could be quite dangerous. So I did refill the petrol and tried starting the boat again, and it didn't start. I knew it probably wasn't the petrol, it sounded like the battery. So I've checked the two most obvious faults, and yes, we'll check back in a couple of hours and hopefully we'll be able to start the boat. So boat update, it is the following day. The boat's been on charge all night. It says it's charged. I tried to turn it on and nothing happened. So that's not helpful. You have sort of going to the next level of diagnosis now, which is either there's a connection issue somewhere or the battery has come to the end of its life. I did look up the sort of life length of marine batteries, or 12-volt batteries. It sort of says 3 to 5 years. I think mine's probably 3 or 4 years old, so that could be a reason why it's not working. But that doesn't help me in the moment right now. So of course I have to be out all day today. I'm very lucky that my neighbours Simon and Laurie have lent me their boat, so I can get around back and forth. And I'm even more lucky that neighbour Bob, Saviour Bob next door, is going to have a look at my boat today whilst I'm out, and check to see if it's a battery issue or if it's a connection issue. He's very good with things like this, so I'm hoping that he will either find the problem and let me know what it is and how to fix it, or find the problem and fix it so that I can give Laurie and Simon their boat back. So nothing ever runs smoothly. Everything always breaks when you know, least expect it. My GoPro camera broke yesterday as well, so it's clearly feeling like the month of May is a month of things breaking. I guess if they say things come in threes, I should be waiting for the next thing to come. So let's cross our fingers that it's nothing major. See you later. As I was mooring my boat over at the Hampton side, I noticed this interesting looking vessel moored up. It looks like it's a sunken boat that has been raised, so you can see that it's got big inflatable like buoys or just inflatable things inside it. That's how they would raise a sunken boat. Who knows what's going to happen to it now? And the next day I came back across to find this happening and the boat practically gone. So this is what happens to sunken boats. They get raised and then taken apart bit by bit and disposed of and recycled where they can. Always something going on here. Well, it's been a few days, about a week, since the rat infiltration episode, and everything was fine. I feel like that, you know, we've solved that problem. That issue had now gone away. And it's summer, so there's literally no reason for any other animals to be wanting to come inside my house. It's beautiful outside. They should stay outside. What do I find? I hear some squeaking. I hear some strange noises in the kitchen again. I go and have a look. At least this time, Anakin has done his duty. And there is a dead mouse on the floor. What is it with my house and nature wanting to come inside? I tell you. What's going on? So anyways, I need to do a proper big search. I need to figure out where they're coming in, and I need to solve the problem because it's only going to get worse as, you know, when we get to winter. And I don't want rodents in my house. That's disgusting. So good job, Anakin, for finally earning some of your keep. Boat update. Miracle worker Bob managed to figure out the problem. Of course, it was neither a connection problem nor a battery problem, which is a good thing because it means I don't need a new battery. But what was the problem is the isolator switch. So you've got the battery, and then that goes to the isolator switch, and then that goes to, I guess, the rest of the engine. And I guess the reason you have an isolator switch is obviously if you're going away for a long period of time, you would turn it off, and then you can make sure that your battery's not getting drained whilst you're away. Or it's like a security thing. If you turn it off when your boat's moored up, then if somebody comes in and tries to start your boat or something, I don't know why they'd have a key, but if they did, then they in theory can't unless they turn on the isolator switch. So that has gone, but luckily Bob was able to figure this out, and he's actually rewired it so it bypasses the isolator switch. So he's managed to just cut that bit out of the circuit, and it's all working fine again. And at some point soon I will buy a new isolator switch. They're about a tenner, and we will reinstall it. So frustrating, worrying, but in the end a simple fix, cheap fix. And of course, again, very, very, very lucky to have Bob, who has the knowledge, and that he is generously sharing his time to sort out my boat for me whilst I'm not even around. So yeah, Bob gets Star of the Week, like he does every week. So the sun is out, it's going to be a sunny, dry week, and I've got to get this digging finished. There's not a huge amount left. As you can see, I decided in the end to go all the way to the end, not leave a strip and bed that in. I'm going to put planter boxes there if I want plants there. But honestly, I am just tired of digging. I'm tired of seeing it, tired of it being a mess. Let's get this digging done this week so that we can move on to the next part and actually finally choose what gravel's going to go down and lay the gravel and actually start enjoying the garden. I've cleaned up the flower beds, I've planted some plants in the pots, I need to get more plants. I've put my parasol out. I just want to enjoy the garden. So it is currently 6:30 in the AM on a Sunday morning, and I wanted to take advantage of the fact that it's such a beautiful morning. I recently ordered a box of solar powered outdoor lighting. I think one of the keys when you've got a really big project that's taking a long time is to have small wins every so often to keep you motivated. So even though the actual digging out and the terrace patio is taking forever, there are lots of small projects that I can do that will enhance and that are part of the bigger project. So lighting is one of them. So since it's a beautiful day this morning and I have to work from 8 AM till 6 PM, I don't want to waste a whole day not getting anything done. So I'm up early, I've got to walk the dog before I go to work anyways. So I'm gonna install the solar lights this morning. It's gonna be really sunny all day today, so that should mean they get a really good charge all day. And then hopefully this evening when I come home, I can see how it all looks. So let's install some solar lights, let's try not to wake up the neighbours, and yeah, I can't wait to see how it's all going to look. So even though there's still a huge amount to do in the garden, I'm still not finished digging yet, but definitely it's only a day or two away. I think it's really important to just stop and enjoy the weather, enjoy the view, and have a little drink to celebrate. Just enjoying the nicer weather and moving through the jobs. So cheers everybody. I hope you enjoy the weather wherever you are. I hope you get a chance to sit and stop and breathe and just enjoy what's around you.
Thanks everyone for watching this week. Please remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, and leave me some comments below. I'd love to hear from you. See you next week.